US market and they invest in the total stock market. So this whole fund here, it's mainly get towards America. Okay, like it's mainly get towards the US, and it's broad market index. It's just so broad. This is like the boring way to invest, but this is like the set it and forget it way, because you're not trying to pick any companies. You're investing into a group of companies over a long period of time. And I think by doing this, it's a very strong portfolio for anybody that don't know anything about the markets. You don't want to research into the market. You don't have time to research companies. This is a great set it and forget it portfolio. Hello everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the $1 Million Challenge. So in today's video, we are going to look at my IRA. Okay, I just recently set up my IRA. I never really prioritized my IRA before, just because, you know, I needed to fund my regular investment portfolio, which is just a straight up, you know, investment portfolio that you can take margin on the investment and everything like that. So in today's video, we are just going to talk about my IRA. The reason why we're doing that is I'm just setting up a very simple IRA, and it's going to be an automatic thing where I'll be putting roughly $500 every month, so I can get to that $6,000 to $7,000 cap that you can put in on a yearly basis. And obviously the IRA, it grows tax-free into the future. I want to get that started right now. Set it and forget it. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. Before we get into it, couple of things. I'm going to have the timestamp below. So the timestamp to any section will be below the video. So if you want to skip ahead to any part, this timestamp will be below. The next thing that I also want to talk about is that these videos are for educational purposes. I'm not that entertaining, but if you're here studying finance and you're watching this video, you want to learn about investing, you want to learn about money, you don't need to be entertained. You need to be educated. And that's what I'm trying to do in today's video by showing you example of what I'm doing with my money. What we're going to do is we are going to get into the video. We're going to do a quick breakdown into how I have my IRA set up. This is going to be my main IRA moving forward. And once in a while, I'll talk about how the portfolio is doing. It's always exciting for me to set up a brand new portfolio and just see how it goes. And right now, to be honest, in my opinion, I think it's a better time to set up, you know, your investment portfolios, just because the market is gone down. The S&P 500 is down like 10% from the high. Most of the major indexes are down quite significantly, and it looks like it's going to go down some more based on the interest rate, what the Fed decide, and everything like that. So the next 6 months will be a rocky 6 months, but I think, you know, once things and issues that's going on work itself out in the system, the market would bounce back. So let's not take too long. Let's get right into it. So this is the brand new portfolio that I just set up, and you guys can see right here I have $500 you know, I'm going to deposit into the portfolio to get it going. And what we're going to do is we have a couple of investment that we're going to talk about in today's video. So it's 3 of them. We got monthly income. You guys know I love investing in dividend companies that pay every month. At least it's nice to have the residual money coming in. It's like collecting rent. I love doing that. So we have the dividend incomes section here, which is a bunch of ETF, just like I have it in my main portfolio, the dividend and growth investing portfolio. We have that going on there. That is my that is same thing that I have here. And let's briefly touch about this. This is my stash invest IRA. I talk about this in my investment update video where I update you guys on my total investment, what it looks like. We talk about that on quite often on this channel. So I'm not going to mention that too much, but in here is just a bunch of different companies that I have in my stash that I haven't transferred over yet. So I just have it set up so when I transfer it over, everything will just goes right where it needs to go, and the information just start. Everything is good. It's just smooth transition from stash to M1 Finance. So that is why I have this, but I haven't really transferred it. It's really not much money in there. It's like $1,000. And I just haven't had time to do it. So that's why we have this here. But eventually I will do it, because I'm holding on to that because of the data that I get from it. That's my Tesla data that I get from it. So I'm holding on to it for now. But it's very small. It's not too much of a big deal. So I have that there. The next thing, this is the holy grail for me. This is the new thing that I've been thinking about for the past couple of weeks. And it's the set it and forget it portfolio. Set it and forget it portfolio, which I don't have to worry about it. Okay. This is the method that most investors advise new investors to do, set it and forget it. This is portfolio here. Now, what are some of the companies that you invest in when you're doing this set it and forget it method? All right. So here are the companies that I have here. We have QQQ, which is just the index fund of tech companies. All the major tech companies in the US, they're basically under the QQQ. The next one that we have is VUG. This is the Vanguard Growth Index Fund. So just like what I do, they go out and look for growth companies and they put that here. The next one is VOO. And we all know VOO. VOO is a staple, is the S&P 500 Index Fund. And what this basically means is you buy one company and your money gets distributed into 500 different companies. So that is pretty good. The next one is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. Now, Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF simply means that I'm investing in the entire stock market. Whatever money that I put into this investment fund here, it goes right into the entire stock market. So the next one is the VWO. This is an emerging market fund, okay? And emerging market simply means new growing market. Like, at some point, believe it or not, America was an emerging market. Europe was an emerging market. Asia is the current emerging markets. And in the future, we could see Africa to be the next emerging market as well. So I have a little bit of exposure to emerging market companies. And that's what I have here with VWO. Last but not the least here, we have VT. And VT, for those of you guys that don't know, is the S&P 500 Total Stock Market Index Fund. So this invests in the US market and it invests in the total stock market. So this whole fund here, it's mainly geared towards America. Okay, like it's mainly geared towards the US. And it's broad market index. It's just so broad. This is like the boring way to invest, but this is like the set it and forget it way, because you're not trying to pick any companies. You're investing into a group of companies over a long period of time. And I think by doing this, it's a very strong portfolio for anybody that don't know anything about the markets. You don't want to research into the market. You don't have time to research companies. This is a great set it and forget it portfolio. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how this will go. I'm starting it off with $500. I'm going to set it up in such a way that every month, $500 will be going in there. And, I'm going to start maxing out the 6,000 that you're allowed to put in. I want to start maxing that out every year. So I just thought, let me pop right here and share this with you, because this is a pretty solid portfolio here. I have the monthly income. You guys know how that goes. That one is doing well. And the set it and forget it portfolio, we'll see how that perform. I think over time that will perform very well. And we have the Stash Invest IRA. This is just my stocks that I have in my previous brokerage that I haven't transferred over, but I'm looking to transfer it over eventually. But yeah, everything looks good here. We will see how this goes over time, and I will definitely be updating you guys on how this investment portfolio is going over time. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. This is a short one. It's not too much into it. There's nothing to really say into it. The main thing is the set it and forget it part of the portfolio. I really want to emphasize that part because it's very important to not bother about the market. Have a group of stocks that you're investing in that's just make you not worry. You just put money in, forget about it, and you go buy your business. So that is what I'm doing in today's video. I think this portfolio setup will perform very well, especially getting in now that, you know, the market is pretty down and it looks like it's going to go down some more. So it would be an interesting experiment to see how this goes. Starting to invest at, you know, downtime in the market, it would be interesting to see how that goes. And, you know, primarily investing in index funds for the most part. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any, if you have anything to add, please add it in the description, in the comment box, add it in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Maybe I could learn something from you. And if you like this kind of content, please drop a like. It helps me out. It helps out my channel. It helps out my work here. And if you want to continue hearing more from me, my research, things that I do, things of that nature, consider subscribing to the channel. Subscribe. It's going to be beneficial. I have a lot of things to talk about. I have a lot of plans for the future. So it'll be good for you to come along with me. So yeah, subscribe. Appreciate you for that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Until next time. See you later. Love you all. Bye.